Hey, and welcome to another Halo Flashpoint video with myself, Seth, aka White Fox, and Luke, aka Frostbite.
Hello there.
Hello. It's been a while.
It has. I'm
March
excited.
to be precise, 6 months,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Um, we've had a whole lot of stuff happen between now and then for Halo Flashpoint. Uh, One of the things was that we actually got to see it in person at Gen Con.
Yeah. That feels like forever ago.
That was also forever ago. That was beginning of August, but that was definitely the first time I got to see it in person. Watch them play a little demo there in the booth. Looks fun. And then also we've had tons of news, but what we're going to talk about today, other than just our general excitement, is going to be the kind of pre-release stuff, and then the Wave 2 that has been announced for basically all the stuff that they plan on releasing in 2025. Because there's a whole lot,
Yeah.
and I'm excited. So,
It's awesome stuff.
but first, Luke, how have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah,
Super busy. I think last time we talked, I was just coming off of Gamma Expo, which is where I got the first look at this game and what kind of spurred up the first video. And
yeah,
then after that, like once June rolled around, it was just nonstop convention after convention.
yeah,
And yeah, like you said, we were both at Gen Con, got a little hands on and got to talk to some of the guys from Mantic and just
yeah. The
got more
guys at
excited
Mantic,
about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the guys at Mantic are fantastic,
Yeah.
and are just as excited, I think, as we are for it to get out into the wild. We did have an opportunity to buy the Recon edition of the game at Gen Con. However, because I
I
think we
was
both
tempted.
pre-ordered the Spartan edition, which comes with a whole bunch of extra stuff, neither one of us got it.
Yeah.
um, and yeah, I was definitely tempted as well. Like even just so that we could learn to play more and show it off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
had self control and I waited.
yeah, well, seeing that and like them flying off the shelves there and like having the opportunity to purchase that version of it, like it was tempting. Um, but yeah, like we've got it pre-ordered. In fact, the last video I hadn't pre-ordered it yet. The pre-order was live, and I was like, I'll wait in hopes I could snag it at Gen Con,
Yeah,
and I just didn't. And
no,
then
it's all good.
I don't know what point it came to. I actually pre-ordered it through Game Nerds.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's right.
yeah,
I remember you telling me
because they
that.
had like a free shipping deal and ended up being the same as like pre-ordering it from Mantic. But
Yeah,
I'm not one to get like upset or bent out of shape for pre-ordering or kickstarting something and then me not receiving my copy.
mm-hmm.
Um, and other people being able to purchase it first, like at Gen Con. So
Right.
we both don't have it. They had a version of it at Gen Con.
They did.
I'm not one to get bent out of shape, but
I'm not
I'm
either.
kind of bummed.
I mean, I was bummed, that because originally, I think 6 months ago they were like, yeah, October, and then
Yeah.
2 or 3 months ago they were like November.
Yeah.
but again,
And
I
I'm
mean,
sure it chalks up to just shipping delays
oh
and
yeah,
manufacturing and stuff out of their control, which is fine.
yeah,
I always want to have patience with these like publishers just in general.
oh
There's
absolutely.
enough people that get upset about it, but um,
Well, and I know,
I
yeah, like whether it's Kickstarter or whether it's a pre-order, it has definitely taught me patience for
yeah.
that.
Well, I think last time I talked about I had kickstarted Worms, the board game from Mantic.
Yeah, and you still don't have
And
it.
people started like receiving their games. I was seeing people like have enough time to paint all like 100 minis.
Oh man.
I'm like, where's my game? Like I didn't even get the all in. Like I got some base thing, so they were because some people haven't gotten their game mats yet and different things. But I went and looked, and apparently I'd never confirmed my shipping address,
Oh,
and so it was my own fault for that. So I can't
I
be
hate that.
upset at anyone but myself for that one.
Right.
But yeah, I like it's been like a month, and I still haven't seen like even a shipping confirmation. So
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. I
I
might
mean,
have to look into that again.
if yeah,
Maybe
say if
they're
you have to reach out to
both
them, I'm
show
sure
up.
they're. Oh, that'd be.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be a nice
it's like
surprise, but
one giant box of like two games.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm in that waiting game right now, just being patient. I not that I have time to play any games right now.
Right, right.
That's the
You're
other
you're
thing.
in full on con mode right now. Uh, yeah. No, I totally get that. So, well, awesome. I'm gonna switch over to the presentation section
Yeah,
so that we can see some really cool stuff on the website because they did relaunch the Mantix slash Halo
yeah,
Flashpoint website.
uh-huh.
It's fully out there now, and there's a whole bunch of awesome stuff to go over. And then there's also a pre-order for Wave 2, as well as the ability to order a reprint of Wave 1 because I think they had basically sold out
Yeah.
already.
Mhm.
And so they're already on a reprint of Wave 1. And there's ETA for those shipping out in the next year. But
Yep.
but yeah, let's kind of look at that for a second. Just looking at the
Yeah,
main page
absolutely.
here, obviously it is a tactical miniatures game, which is going to be kind of your first diving into it, which is going to be
Yep.
fun. I was literally just talking to your wife in her stream a few minutes ago
Uh-huh.
because she was talking about painting,
Uh-huh.
and and she was like, "Oh yeah, I got these fun paints and everything," and I said, "Oh, well, you know what? You need a wet palette." And she was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, well, it's like something that like a bunch of miniature painters get. So Luke probably needs one."
Yeah. Well, that's what
uh,
I was trying to tell her. She was talking about wanting to get paints and stuff, and I was like,
yeah,
let's just work to like, can we use the same paints? I have no
yeah,
idea what
absolutely,
she needs, so I'm sure there will be some overlap for sure.
100%. And I know she had a like a paint kit that she had got.
Yeah.
But I will say, first and foremost, we're gonna have painting supplies talk here for a second.
Okay.
I am a big fan of Army Painter speed paints, which
Yeah.
they're the ones who have partnered with Mantic
Yeah.
to release the paint kit, and it comes with the Master Chief miniature.
I need a worms color palette from them.
Ooh, I mean that. You know what though? They've probably got it. It's probably more just a bunch of like flesh tone, like
Yeah.
army
And
army
I've
stuff.
been seeing other people's like painted miniatures, and they have like more of a like earthworm like color palette. Everything's more
Yes,
natural.
yes,
And I want cartoon, man. I want it to like relate back to the video game, the
yeah.
computer old PC game.
We're gonna come back
And
to the.
yeah.
We're definitely gonna come back to. This is weird. Oh, there we go. We're gonna
But we
come
were
back to the that. Sorry, I was in the presentation. I was like skipping through some of the Wave 2
you're
stuff for a
good.
second. Yeah, no, the color palette for that is definitely going to be natural colors, that kind of like
Yeah.
tans and browns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the thing about Army Painter is, honestly, they have uh, their new acrylic line, which is called Fanatics, is
Uh,
supposed to be amazing. Like, I
yeah.
haven't got any of them yet, but I'm going to actually get some for the BattleTech Mercenaries.
Mhm.
They have a Mercenaries box,
Uh-huh.
and so
Nice.
I'm going to get that because it comes with some of their Fanatic paints and some of their Speed Paint 2.0, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. And then also some like metal, like some of their metallics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's
so yeah,
another thing I didn't mention is like during one of these conventions, I've never painted anything in my life. And
you
so it's like
hadn't painted
Worms and
anything.
Halo. What's that?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, everyone talking about paints. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. At one of the conventions I was at, there was a like a miniature painting, like learn to paint. Like you get a mini, you get to use their paint, so you get like a little lesson.
Yeah.
It was like $5, and yeah, you get to keep your mini, take it home, and do all that. So, for the first time ever, I painted a mini, and used. They had the speed paints and everything, and then they had some like matte paints too, and some, I forget what it is, but just like it's almost like a clear coat, but it adds some detail, like distress
Like
and
a
different things.
so if it's Guild War, not Guild Wars, that's a video game. If it's Games Workshop, which is the
Yeah,
Warhammer paints, then they're called
uh-huh.
contrast paints. If it's
I
if
think that's
it
what it was.
if it's the Army painter, they're called speed paints.
Hmm.
And there are several other paint brands that have a very
Yeah,
similar product. Sometimes they're called inks.
yeah,
But yes, it's basically, it's not a clear coat. You're right, and they come in colors. But the
yeah,
whole point, for anyone who's watching who doesn't know, is that like if you have a base coat on there, so for example, we should definitely have like a painting video later. Even though I'm
yeah,
not an expert, although I have watched tons of videos of it and done some of it myself.
yeah.
But basically, when you have a miniature, you start with it base coated,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
like a white, and then you put you might put a base coat of a color on it or something. But then
yeah,
what you do is you use one of those inks or washes. They're also called washes,
yes,
and they fill in the cracks basically. And so
yeah,
the
yeah.
black, if I can get my camera to focus
Uh-huh.
here, probably not, but basically the the color of your wash will fill in the cracks and it will
Hmm.
bring out the detail. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's a lot of fun, and it
So,
honestly
well,
it's makes it so much easier.
oh yeah. So those are the paints I used. So I picked a griffin as my miniature. Here's my first
Heck
ever
yes.
mini painting, and
Yeah.
like you can see, like just in the crevices, like the detail. It
Mhm.
it was super nice because you don't like I learned with the speed paints. Those
Yeah.
paints, it is kind of like a clear coat,
Yeah.
like more so of a like a stain and less
Yes.
than like a paint. And so the paint just like pools in those crevices,
Mhm.
giving it a darker tone and giving it that detail. So I was pleasantly surprised with how easy it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got some work to do, but for my like first ever experience, it was a really like it was just a pleasant
Yeah.
experience, and I'm
Absolutely.
excited to
Put
dive
that up
into the
again.
world
I
of.
put your camera bigger
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
cuz I
feel free in the comments to rate rate this miniature here.
yeah.
Obviously I got some work to do on like the details of like the eye.
Let's see.
Um,
I don't think mine's coming into focus there, but it's a
but
mech from BattleTech.
yeah, I'm relatively pleased with it. And when I was getting to the end of it, I was rushing a little bit, so the wings definitely could use some improvement. But no, it's great, and I'm excited to get these other minis
Well,
to paint.
again, just to give you, because you're new to
Yeah,
it, and anyone who is watching, an idea of some of the tools that it's very helpful to get. Besides paintbrushes and
yeah,
like a water cup of some kind, which I can definitely recommend some for you guys.
yeah,
But this is a wet palette, okay, and I have my
yeah.
mercenary sticker on there,
Of course.
and essentially what it is. It does have, this one has a tray. This is from
Uh
Army
huh.
Painter, so you can stick
Okay.
paintbrushes in there.
Yeah.
But then when you pull out the bottom one, it's just a tray, okay?
Yeah.
And then what you do is there is a foam sponge essentially
Sure.
that you put in the bottom, and then you take this like almost rice paper and you put it on top. And what happens is the rice paper doesn't actually soak up the water, but it does let the kind of moisture come through it. And so then you put now you don't do this with speed paints. You just do this with the regular acrylic paints.
Okay.
You put the regular acrylic paints on there, and then you can mix them on the paper, especially if you need like mixed colors or whatever. And then and you have like a little bit of water, like a tablespoon of water
Yeah.
to soak up. So it's not like super soaked, but it's moist and wet.
Sure.
And then what you can do is you can close it up, and it'll keep, like, if you say you mixed like a custom color,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
it'll
Cool.
keep that for like a week.
Yeah. Very cool.
And then you can just go in, kind of like swish it around,
Yeah.
mix it back up. So that's a
I'll
wet
have to
palette.
add that to my list. But
They are
like you said, I've got the
Yeah.
brushes on my wish list. I've got an airbrush. I think you sent me a link to decent
a
cheap
decent cheap one.
airbrush.
Mhm. Yeah, that
I've
makes a
got
big
one of
difference.
those. I got like the miniature holder,
Oh
like
yeah.
the little handle.
So is it
Um,
okay? So is it one of these
yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
from like Games Workshop or Citadel? So this one,
Not that exact one. I do
Okay.
like that one though.
so this one is good, but it is a little bit overpriced because everything Games
Sure.
Workshop is, and so it basically
got
it
the
has
clamp in there.
a clamp in here. But
Yeah.
I will tell you, I just got another one, and it's a cheap Amazon one. There are some that are
Yeah.
there are some that you can get that are a little more recognized brands, and they're not that much more expensive than the cheap one that I got from Amazon. I just didn't
Yeah.
want to wait.
Right.
I wanted to get it for Amazon shipping, but
Yeah.
it looks like this.
I think
it's-
that's the like exact.
Is this the exact
I
one?
have.
Yeah, it has a magnet on the bottom.
Yeah.
So this thing you have to put on it, but it comes with essentially what are bottle caps,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put like this little metal disc plate in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of mirrored, and it's got
Yeah.
a magnet here so that you can put it on here, and
So
then
you
can
stick your mini to
spin
that,
it
and then you
around.
can rotate.
Yeah.
It. Yeah.
And the reason I got this one is because it was like $15, and it came with a bunch of extra bottle, like the little caps.
Yeah.
So
And
like I said, there are
thing that
brands.
sticks up too is to like to
it's to
steady
kind
your-
of steady your
yeah.
hand so you can.
So,
Yeah, so.
that dude, when I was painting this griffin, like
Yeah.
it was at a con, so I was
You're-
running on fumes, and I
Sure.
had like a Monster Energy and some coffee in me.
But
So I was just like, all
the
over
more
the
you
place.
do, like you could definitely cramp your hand, like doing it.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, having
Yeah,
that
yeah,
little
yeah.
metal tine, kind of thing is for steadying it. Like I said, I will probably at some point invest in some that are a little nicer, because then they have it where you can get like a pack of 50 of those caps.
Yeah.
And it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But let's move in, so a handle like that is fantastic. The wet palette, and
Yeah.
then like I said, having a good set of paints, and then also like a wash, which again, that's what speed paints, that's what contrast paints, they're basically a wash. But they have different colors so that it can do that. They do a little bit more than washing, honestly, but
Yeah.
because the speed paints and the contrast actually will hold color. They won't just
Right.
fill the cracks. They will actually provide color. So anyway, but there's a set, and that's what we're gonna show off right now.
Yes.
Halo Flashpoint paint set. It comes with 8 paints. It has they are the War Paint Fanatics, which is awesome. That's the new color line, and so they're fantastic. 1 brush, 1 Master Chief model, and 2 game cards. I am sure that it's because one of them is for Spartan 117 Master Chief, and the other one might just be for a Spartan by itself or something. I don't know.
Right.
It's $50 set. But it comes with white, black, blue, red, that kind of, military olive green, gold, because, the visor is gold.
Yeah.
And then it looks like it comes with, it looks like it comes with a wash, actually, that red cap, maybe. It's called the Flood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting. Yeah, I'm interested to see
so-
what that
and a
is.
metallic.
I'm sure.
The gold is metallic, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to have that.
But no, I think it's a good set, and the fact that it comes with a model is going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Are you going to? Because you got the model. For
Yeah, I
pre-ordering,
pre-ordered
right?
in time that I got the Master Chief model without.
Mhm.
No, it didn't come with the paint set. It's
Right.
just the model. But I did get it with my pre-order because I
I'm
did it
trying to
within the
remember if
first
I got
30
the
days.
paint set or not. I don't remember. Um, but are you, when you go to paint your minis, are you gonna stick to the kind of like blue team, red team, or are you gonna try to get creative with it? Just like
Yeah.
shades of, you know.
Shit. So I'm not gonna do just like solid blue and solid red, like
Right.
I don't if you think of the old Halo games where it was
Yeah.
like you had one team was like blue and cobalt and teal
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
purple, like I'm not even gonna do that. Like I will probably go custom on all of them.
Yeah.
Now
So
I
like
may have
talking like
elements
red
of it.
versus blue, how
Yeah,
there
it's
was
not gonna
like
be red
a
versus
r-
blue.
well, the like the show, like the YouTube series, whereas the red team was red and
Yeah.
pink and orange, and it's like
Right,
in
right.
that color family. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even plan to do that specifically. Um I feel like I want to do like just full custom,
Sure.
you know, uh armor cores essentially,
Yeah.
armor sets, kind of what they have in Halo Infinite
Yeah.
now. But at the same time, um I don't know. I may still color like a stripe around the base of the model
Right. Yeah.
as red or blue to denote the two different teams.
Right.
Um,
Or you could even get. I'm sure this is a generic size. You could get like colored rings for it, or
yeah,
even like a small rubber band
yeah,
that would go
absolutely.
around. That way you can switch it up.
I mean, if you wanted to get super fancy, you could take the models off the base, put magnets in their feet, and then have a red and a blue base for each one.
Yeah.
People do that.
You.
I'm not
That's an
doing that.
option.
Yeah,
That's an option.
that's not necessarily a beginner option. I'll say that.
I wouldn't trust myself at this point for sure.
Yeah. Um, but no, it's. Here we go. Yeah, it'll be. I'll still be able to distinguish them, I think, and maybe I'll do kind of custom colors and still keep them in the red and blue family.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Part of me wants to try to make the armor set that I use, which is like all black with like one blue arm. You
Yeah.
know, um, if I could model a wolf's head like my character in Infinite and put it on one of their shoulders, I would do that. I don't know if I want to attempt that, but they do make.
Yeah.
It's called green stuff. They do make green stuff, which is like a little modeling clay to do that for. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Ooh,
That would be a lot.
that's above my skill level.
Um, but yeah. Anyway, so that's the paint set, and since this is you getting into a miniature war game for the first time, that's kind of why we wanted to talk about that. But also, yeah, we're supposed to get our orders in November.
Yep.
Which is about a month away. Maybe less if it comes early November. So I'm super excited about that. Obviously, they have a lot of info on the, refreshed site, talking about, kind of how to play with some linked videos. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go check it out. Talking about setup, that it's pretty fast, easy to learn, 30 to 90-minute game. The fact that they include the nice quality cardboard buildings and stuff is pretty fantastic.
Right.
And then obviously the miniatures that we will be getting is going to be 3 sets of Spartans and the set of elites.
Yep.
And then I'm definitely getting this one. You may be getting the Master Chief with the energy sword.
I got it. Yep.
You did get it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe you got the paint set then.
That's what I'm saying. So I had to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I knew
got
you
it
did.
free. You know what? I could just
You could just
log
look.
in. Game nerds. Where? Sign in. There we go. Question is, which combination of
Right.
emails? There it is. Awaiting fulfillment. I can't even click on my order. It just shows 2 products. So,
Oh.
who knows? Who knows?
We'll find out eventually.
Master Chief.
Because I don't know that they would have it separate yet. I think they said that it would be eventually, but I don't think they said it was separate product yet.
So I did. This set includes. This is the set I bought.
The paint set?
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
So it comes with 8 army painted war paint fanatic
Perfect.
paints,
Yeah.
1
So you'll
brush,
get those.
1 Master Chief model, and 2 game cards.
Yeah. Again,
So-
I'm not sure what the game cards are unless it's like one for the Master Chief and then maybe one for a generic Spartan, or maybe it'll have maybe it has a game card for the energy sword, like because the individual weapons have the game cards too. So awesome. Well, good. I'm glad you got that. So October 4th is when they announced the Wave 2 pre-orders and Wave 1 second printing. There was an article on their site about it, and there's a video, of course, saying that, exciting things coming in 2025.
Yeah.
But to recap, they also said, obviously the elites, the Sanghili that were in the Spartan edition were just a preview, and that we will get more banished in 2025. They did say it was going to be probably second half of 2025.
Yeah.
So we have time to save money for that. But they are going to have a War Games expansion, which is going to have an expansion to the rules. And it's going to have rules for custom team building, which is really kind of where, honestly for you, I do like this approach because you're going to get it and you're just going to have your team set. Like there's not going to be team building rules as we're learning the game.
Right.
But then once they release this expansion, then it'll introduce you to the point cost for everything and how you're going to have to build a team, which is very similar to Warhammer, BattleTech, even their games as well that go into, okay, now I don't have to take just the standard 4 guys. I can take this guy with a rocket launcher, or I could take this guy with an energy sword.
Yeah.
And so it comes with that. It's going to come with 4 new Spartan models, one with an energy sword, and then they have some of the banished weapons, it looks like.
Yeah.
There's it looks like the plasma, what is it? Not the plasma rifle, like the energy rifle, but the one that shoots the anti-tank one almost.
Right. That's what it looks like.
Which we all kind of hate in a video game.
Yeah. And then the shotgun, I can't tell what shotgun that is.
I'm not sure, but it is a shotgun. Or is it the what's the other one? The other automatic rifle that has the partial zoom, not the battle rifle, but the
DMR?
You know what? No.
That's not
I bet it's going to tell us what it has. You know what? Let's just read this real quick. It says it has a concussion rifle, energy sword, and more. Of course, thanks. Jerks.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, and then Fireteam Cerberus too. I'm skipping ahead here. Is like even more weapons, but that looks like another shotgun.
So that one is a shotgun for sure. So that's a shotgun. It's the, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what it's called. The brute weapon with the blades on the side. And then and then a gravity hammer, and then a pistol. Like I'm pretty sure it's just the regular pistol. So,
Yep.
And then they are releasing Fireteam Hydra, which is the extra set of minis that we get in the Spartan
Hmm.
starter set, um, but that's not in the recon set. So if you got the recon
Yep.
set, you can get this later. So, and it has a
Yep.
needler, it has the plasma rifle, it
It's
has
gonna be a
the
pain to paint.
nah, it'll be good. You just slap a color on it, and then you put a colored contrast over it. It'll be fine.
We'll see.
So yeah, so they're releasing that, and then
Yeah.
they are also releasing neoprene premium playmats, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Um, obviously they are not reversible like the cardboard one that we're gonna get in the
Yeah.
box. Uh,
I'm kind of sad about that. They could easily do
they could
reversible, but
definitely do reversible. I have a BattleTech one over here that's a
yeah,
neoprene
I've
playmat, and
got
it's
one.
reversible. So
Yeah. It's
um,
okay.
it's okay. It's the beginning. But yeah, and then they also have this plastic scatter train, which are some like UNSC, kind of bunkers, and then just like some
Yep.
boxes and
Yep.
random bits of technology.
Some things to
Scatter
add in
train,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's really great. Um, and then there's again the Master Chief playset, but then there's also the organized play pack. And this is
Yeah.
something that you can definitely buy as a person, but I feel
Right.
like there's going to be a lot of game shops that buy this because they're going to want to
Sure.
have an organized play where you come
Yep.
on, every week or every 2 weeks and you play.
Yep.
But it looks like it has premium tokens in it, like clear acrylic tokens.
That if I'm into this game
Yes,
as much as I
exactly. If you're
think
into
I'm
it,
gonna be,
probably going to get that.
acrylic tokens
So
are
good.
the way to go.
Yeah,
The other
100%.
stuff though, I feel like they could release like a printable version as
And
well. I don't know.
I
I don't
imagine
know if
there
they would
will
do that
probably be one, but I bet that they release this as a package for
yeah,
retailers, honestly.
for retail. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
which is great. And then again, the second printing of the Wave 1 stuff, so there'll be um, all of that coming. And we can even
Yeah.
see right now when that's supposed to be coming. Right now, they're saying March for all the Wave 2 stuff. The War Games expansion pack, which has the extra 4 pack of Spartans, the rules, and all the game cards for the expansion, is $50. And then each of the 2 fire teams by themselves that don't have the rules in the cards are only $35. So, and they're all scheduled for March. The organized play kit is actually January. So it's coming pretty soon. And it's only 25. So 25 for what should be the extra tokens. Yeah, acrylic mission token set. And they say it's like a prize, right? So it's like that's part of why it's like, you have
Yeah.
organized play, and then whoever wins gets this set of acrylic tokens. Or you can just buy them.
Yeah.
Um, but it does have rules for, like an 8-player kind of tournament.
Hmm.
So yeah. So that's coming in
Yeah.
January. There's also the Outpost game mat and the Firebase game mat. They're $40 a piece, and they are coming in February, supposedly.
Yep.
And then,
Those are gonna be like a convention pickup for me. Like I'm not.
oh yeah,
I don't foresee those like me pre-ordering those.
I don't plan to. I agree. It'd be a convention pickup, or maybe a game store pickup for
Yeah.
me. So,
Yeah.
once product hits the shelves and it starts, coming, that way I can also support my local game shop as well.
Right.
And then there is an extra set of the basic terrain, which is all the cardboard stuff, and it's only $35 for an extra set of terrain, which
Yeah.
is pretty nice. But it's not just the terrain; it's all the tokens as well. So that's going to be coming in February as a reprint, and then the scenery pack is going to be $35 as well. So
Hmm.
so yeah, I mean the fact that it's coming. Oh, that's still technically Wave 2. Wave 1 second printing is going to be the... Oh, I did forget to say, they have some special bundles. If you want to get
Yeah.
the Ultimate Spartan bundle in March, it's $245. But it comes with the Spartan edition. It comes with the War Games expansion, Fireteam Cerberus, the scenery set, a dice booster, so extra dice,
Mm-hmm.
and then this round counter, which they haven't released an image of it yet. But
Right. Is that what's showing up as Cortana?
yes, that's what's showing up as Cortana or the weapon.
Interesting.
And they haven't revealed that what it's actually going to be
Yeah.
yet. That's if you don't have anything. That's a great thing to get. Then there's the all new bundle, which is $105, and it's all the Wave 2 stuff essentially,
Yeah.
minus the playmats. There's a gaming bundle, which is like a premium playmat and the terrain, and then, like I said, all the rest. But yeah, the Wave 1 stuff is supposed to also release in March as reprints. I will probably try to pick up an extra set of dice.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Actually, yeah, I'll probably pick up an extra set of dice because I'll probably pick up that, and I'll probably try to pick up the all new bundle to get the 2 new fire teams, the rules, and then the plastic terrain. So
Right. I don't know if I'm gonna. It's just hard to say, like, oh, I can't wait to pre-order more stuff when I don't have my original pre-order yet.
right,
And
and that's why I
so
haven't done it yet either.
right now, like I said, I'm a sucker for acrylic tokens. I like a good neoprene game mat. So
Yeah.
both of those are on my radar. Everything else, I gotta see if I get this to the table a whole bunch, and if it's actually worth it getting these other fire teams and mixing it up. But
Yeah, absolutely.
that first release, like there's so much content in there.
There really is. So. There really is. I'm not worried about all the secondary stuff, but I am excited for it because I'm glad that they're already showing it off as saying, "Hey, we are going full into this.
Yeah,
we're going to support it. It's going to become a lot more competitive." And then on top of that, I guarantee you they'll come in with some competitive squads for the Banished.
Yeah.
So just wait till we get like a squad of brutes. Or maybe it'll be like 2 brutes and 2 grunts or something. That would be kind of awesome.
Team of grunts.
Yeah. It'd be like
I think
8 grunts for a team.
I think Mantic is like right on the money with they saw the success from the Kickstarter. They saw the demand. They have, I can't remember, do they have the license for what, 10 years?
I think it's 5 years.
Or 5 years?
5 years, yeah. 3 to 5 at least.
I mean, they can't waste any time.
No.
Especially with 5 years. And so seeing the success from that, this is kind of a note of goodwill of, hey, this is going places.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even have the full game out yet, but like we're already working on the next thing. Like, we've already got the concept. We've got everything down.
I think they'll have some scenarios
soon.
Oh yeah. I think they'll have some scenarios that are more less competitive and more, like Spartans versus the Banished.
Yeah.
Play. I think they'll do that eventually too.
Yeah.
There is also a 1-player token set that from the image it looks like it's acrylic, but I'm not sure.
It's hard to tell on these things. Yeah.
It is hard to tell, but it's only $17.50, and it's got respawn tokens, wound activation, and energy shield tokens, and then like some status tokens, like pin down and crouch and stuff. So that might be something to look at as well. But yeah, so obviously Wave 2, they talked about it releasing in. They talked about it October 4th, coming out next year. They have been pretty consistent with putting out content for like how to paint. There is also that premium terrain bundle that's part of Wave 1 as well. That's like the same buildings essentially, or similar buildings, but it's all plastic as opposed to the cardboard.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming with that. And then actually this week they put out another one saying, an update saying years in the making, that they've again talking about all the things that they're coming up with for everything. So they actually started talking about trying to do a Halo game 7 years ago. That's what they said.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I'm really excited about how they're approaching it. The fact that it's
Mhm.
going to start as the squad-based game, tactics game. I think it's gonna be really easy to pick up. And so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, I definitely want to try to paint them in some like custom, So like, say I paint one with Mike paint scheme, yours, Gundalf's, Tad Hall's, maybe tie them all in if like they're all kind of like themed a little bit to ourselves. Tad can have the Needler.
Oh yeah, we got a plan next year to all meet up and
That'd be fantastic.
do a big team battle.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. So, but yeah, obviously once we get it, I think we'll probably have another video, and maybe a
Sure.
Learn to paint video or something.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We can have like a little paint stream / video recorded.
Absolutely. Yeah, on the website you can see, like they have the tracking updates and stuff. You can actually track the ship that it's on. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
in Los Angeles. Like I'm looking at it right now.
Yes,
It's
I
in
did
LA.
see that.
It made it. I'm staring at it in port. It's docked.
Which means
So-
hopefully it's distributing soon. So
Yeah.
I-
A couple
I-
weeks.
I feel like it probably suffered from. Actually, you know what? The West Coast didn't have the port strike, did it? It was just the Gulf and the East Coast. I feel like.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was like the port union went on strike for like a
Yeah.
week. So, but yeah, man, I'm super excited to play it. I'm excited for you to get into it, being your first miniatures game,
Yeah.
and no pressure to get into any others, obviously. But I think it'll be a fun new world for you to get into. So awesome. And then also, unrelated but related because it's Halo.
Huh?
Halo Unity coming also in 2025.
Yeah.
In the Unity engine. So more exciting news for Halo in that regard.
There's been so much Halo.
Surprisingly.
News lately.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, I think it'll be good. Awesome. Well, hey, I think that's going to do it for our little conversation here about Halo Flashpoint.
I can't wait. Next couple weeks we should have it in our hands. So
I sure hope so.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll definitely post about it. But anyway, if you checked out the video, thanks for watching. Give me a like and subscribe so that you can keep up with us and learn more and follow along with Luke's journey into miniature wargaming.
Yeah.
Also, we can find out if he got the Worms box set.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll follow up with that. After
Yeah,
this.
definitely.
And hopefully our next video won't be 6 months from now.
Oh, no. It's going to be within like a month to 6 weeks max, depending on how quickly we get the box,
Yeah.
I think. So, awesome.
Love
Well,
it.
thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.